today's lesson is about nouns. First, quick review of what nouns are. In English, we know that nouns are people, places, and things. So some examples of nouns in English. People would be a sister, neighbor, teacher. Those are all people. Place, city, house, a lake. And things could be like cows or food or pencils. The one that I want to focus on today the most is food, because that is what our vocabulary is about this week. But all of these things are nouns. We could also talk about different ideas and concepts that are also nouns, but for now we're just going to focus on the idea of person, place, and thing, focusing on food. In Spanish, nouns can be a little bit different. The main difference is that in Spanish, nouns have gender. Now, when I say that, it's not a biological gender, obviously. Nouns are not biological. It's not a biological gender. It's a grammatical gender that has nothing to do with what we think of as gender in English. So, when I say that nouns have gender, it's a grammatical term. Pollo, hamburguesa, verdura, and pescado are 4 words from your new vocabulary list in chapter 4. Pollo means chicken, and the gender of the word pollo is masculine. Hamburguesa means hamburger, and the gender of this noun is feminine. Verdura means vegetable, and the gender of this noun is also feminine. Pescado means fish, and the gender of this noun is masculine. Now, something that I hope you see here is that these masculine nouns end in O, and the feminine nouns end in A. This is very, very common. There are a few exceptions. We also have words like carne. Carne means meat, and that ends in E. So sometimes words that end in E are masculine, and sometimes words that end in E are feminine. Carne happens to be feminine. We also have some words that are masculine that end in E also, though. And then you're going to see different words like, for example, pan. Pan means bread, and it ends in an N. And so that doesn't help us, but it happens to be masculine. Now, don't worry too much about this. This will become more automatic. The more you speak Spanish, the more you read and write and listen to Spanish. But I just want you guys to understand this concept exists, but it is something that will just come with time. The next thing we need to discuss is definite and indefinite articles, which is kind of a heavy grammatical topic. We don't realize it, but we use definite and indefinite articles all the time when we're speaking, but it's not something we really study in English because it's so automatic. So I want to give you a very brief explanation of what a definite and indefinite article is, so that we can then transfer that to Spanish and see how this works. So, definite article in English, we only have 1. In Spanish, there's 4 definite articles, but in English, there's only 1, and it is the word the. It's very specific. It shows what specific noun you're talking about. So here's an example. I see the car. So in that sentence, the word the is my definite article. I see the car. It's talking about a very specific car. Whoever I say this sentence to must know what car I'm talking about. We must be looking for a specific car, and I say, oh, I see the car. That shows that there's a specific car that I am talking about. However, if we talk about indefinite articles, indefinite, whereas definite is definite, it's talking about something specific. Indefinite is non-specific. It's indefinite. It's not talking about any specific thing. It's just talking about a thing. So in English, we have 3 indefinite articles, an, a, and some. In Spanish, there's going to be 4, and we'll talk about those in a moment. And those always talk about something that's non-specific, and a for something singular, and either some, or sometimes we use the word like multiple for something that is plural. So the indefinite version of this sentence, I see the car, would be I see a car. If I say this sentence, I see a car, I could literally be talking about any car. But if I say I see the car, I'm clearly talking about a specific car that I've been looking for. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, send me a message. Here are our definite and indefinite articles in Spanish. Now we know that nouns have definite and indefinite articles, and we know that in Spanish, nouns can be masculine or feminine. So we have different definite and indefinite articles for masculine nouns versus feminine nouns, and also for singular nouns versus plural nouns. So I'm going to show you how that works. First, let's look at the definite articles. So remember, definite article in English means the is the. So that means we have 4 definite articles in Spanish, el, los, la, and las, and all of them mean the. All 4 of these words translate to the. All right? So here are some examples. Let's use the word pollo. Remember, pollo means chicken. So if I am just talking about 1 chicken leg or 1 chicken wing, I'm going to say the chicken. El pollo. All right? But if there's a lot of chicken wings that I'm talking about, or a lot of chicken legs, or whatever it is that I'm eating that I'm referring to as chicken, there's a lot of them, I'm going to say the chickens. Los pollos. Okay? Because pollos is plural, chickens. So I need to say los to represent that it's plural. In English, you would just say the chicken, or the chickens, either way. But in Spanish, we have to use el or los to show that it's plural. Now, let me think of a feminine word. We could use the word ensalada. Ensalada means salad. So I want to, if I'm talking about 1 salad, I would like to order the salad. It would be la ensalada. The salad. But if I'm talking about a whole bunch of salads, maybe I'm at a salad bar and I'm like, oh, look at all the salads. Then I'd have to say las ensaladas. Las ensaladas. The salads. All right, now let's look at our indefinite articles. Remember, indefinite articles in English are a, and some. Again, they're going to change when it's masculine or feminine nouns. So let's look at this. Un, unos, una, and unas all mean a, an, or some, depending on that context. So let's use pollo and ensalada again. If I say I want to eat a chicken wing, I'm not saying I want to eat the chicken wing. There's not a specific chicken wing I'm talking about. I just want a chicken wing. I would say un pollo. Pollo. Okay? If I'm talking about multiple chicken wings, I want to eat a whole bunch of them, I would say unos pollos. Unos pollos. There's multiple of them. Now, let's go back to salad, ensalada. If I want to have a salad, I'd like to order a salad. I'm not saying the salad. There's no specific salad. I just want to order a salad. That'd be una ensalada. But if I want multiple salads, I want to order some salads, then that would be unas ensaladas. So these 2 are plural, and these 2 are singular. Now, as I go over all of this, the main thing for you guys is I want you to not be confused when you see el, la, los, las, un, una, unos, unas. I want you to have a concept of what this means. It's going to take a while to be able to master this and navigate this perfectly. That's not the goal right now. The goal is that I just want you to not be confused or thrown off when you see el, la, los, las, un, una, unos, or unas. I want you to know it, but if you're not producing it perfectly right away, don't worry about it. Honestly, if I were you, I want to encourage you to just ignore these for the time being. Don't worry about getting it right in your head, like as you're speaking. Don't worry about like thinking about what's the gender of this. Do I use el or la? Do I use la or las? I want you to communicate. And if this stuff is getting in the way of that, don't think about it. However, the main thing is that I don't want it to be a barrier. I don't want it to confuse you more, which is why I wanted to explain what it is, because you're going to see it a lot. I don't want it to confuse you, so I'm telling you what it is, but I also don't want to add to the things that you have to remember as you're speaking. I just want you guys to speak and make the mistakes. This will come with time, but I want it to be part of the grammatical understanding that you have. So don't worry about producing this quite yet, but please do understand that when you see el, la, los, las, un, una, unos, unas, this is what's going on. Adios.